Hey everyone, so Dragalia Lost launched just a few hours ago, and I wanted to go ahead and get this video out there just talking about the re-rolling process, because this is going to be really important to those of you guys who are just starting out and you want to get a head start, maybe save some money or hassle later on. And I'm going to go through the re-rolling process, I'm going to explain it, everything you need to know about it, and let's just go ahead and get started. So this is the loading screen, the launch screen for the game. Now one thing to note is if it's your very first time loading up the game, there's going to be a white pop-up that shows up asking if you want to link your Nintendo account. You want to go ahead and click the skip button for now. That's actually why we're doing the re-rolling process, is so that we can go ahead and get into the first part of the game, use some of our premium currency, and see if we get a roll that we like. And then if we do get a roll that we like, we can go ahead and link our account. If we don't get a roll that we can like, well, we can go ahead and repeat the process. And let's go ahead and get started. Now, I'll go ahead and mention a few things throughout the very beginning part of the game about the re-rolling process and just some things that you might want to know. And one thing that you will notice is that in Dragalia Lost, re-rolling doesn't actually take that long. It's pretty quick, and there's only a very, very short amount of gameplay that you actually have to go through. Now, one thing that I will mention is I am going to go ahead and be skipping all the cutscenes and everything like that. And the reason is when you are re-rolling, your main purpose is to try to get through the first part of the game as quickly as you possibly can. That is the goal, because you want to get to the summoning screen as quickly as you can so that you can go ahead, use your premium currency, see what you end up getting. If you like it, that's great. That's the account that you can go ahead and keep and start playing on. If you don't like it, then that's when you're going to go ahead and restart. And unfortunately, you will have to do this process over again, but it's absolutely going to be worth it, because you're going to end up saving a bunch of currency and hassle later on. And those of you guys who have played gacha games and games similar to this before, you know that currency and summons can be quite expensive. So starting off with a good unit is pretty important, especially if you're free to play or you just don't end up planning to spend a bunch of money playing this game. You're absolutely going to want to take the few hours, maybe a day or so, maybe a couple of days at the most if you're really unlucky. You're going to want to spend the time to do this, because it's going to save you a lot later on.
Is that magic?
Now, minor spoilers, of course, so if you guys haven't played the game at all, obviously you want to go back and take a look at all these cutscenes later, but when it comes to rerolling, we really are trying to save as much time as we possibly can, which is why we want to do things really, really quickly. Now, once we actually get past this little gameplay, I think we're actually getting really close to the summoning screen already. I know it's crazy. Rerolling in this game is pretty fast. There's a couple of things that I want to go ahead and show you guys once we get to the summoning screen as well, because in a lot of games when you reroll, you usually only end up getting one multi-roll or one 10 summon. Well, in Dragalia Lost, you can actually end up getting 2 of them every single time that you end up doing this little process. So we'll go ahead and talk more about that in a second. And I apologize that the gameplay is... I'm playing on a computer right now. You can see my mouse and my pointer, so it's definitely not as intuitive as playing on my phone with my finger. Alright, I think this is the boss right up here. We're getting close. And then we will be at the home screen, the summoning screen. Let's go ahead and summon our dragon. Alright. Man, the dragon is so powerful in the tutorial. Alright. Alright, and the boss is dead, and we are going to be headed to the home screen, where everything is going to be locked to start out, but there's a few things that I want to go ahead and show you guys and point out. We are actually getting really close to being at the summoning step already. Alright. This is where it asks you for your name. We're just going to go with the default. Again, our main goal is to save as much time as we can to try to get this process done as quickly as you can. Uh-oh, downloads. It's pretty quick, so it shouldn't take very long. It actually was a reasonable size download, but it's pretty quick for me, which is one little tip that I'll go ahead and give you guys is you're probably going to want to do this on a decent Wi-Fi network. Definitely don't do this process on your cellular network. It will eat away your data. So try to be doing this with some decent Wi-Fi if possible. Okay. Alright, and we are actually at the home screen already, but the game is going to have us do just a couple of things here really quickly before we can actually get to the multi-summon. Now, I'll go ahead and point some things out, including one little mini step that you're going to want to do that's going to give you your second multi-summon. Alright, let's go ahead and do the single summon that the game has you do to start things off. This is going to be a free summon, guaranteed unit here. Alright. So, that was the single summon that the game has you do. And it's going to go through a little bit more of the tutorial here, including going through the team page. It's going to have us optimize our team. Alright.
For Alberia.
Now we're looking for this mail icon to be unlocked. I think it happens right about now. Maybe it might have us click the quest icon first. We don't have to go into another quest though. Alright, there we go. Alright, so the mail icon is unlocked. And if we actually go ahead and take a look at the mail, we've got 300 Wormite for the launch celebration daily bonus. Let's go ahead and take that. And of course we have the Wormite from the pre-registration, which is going to be a total of 2,500 Wormite. So that's going to give us 2,800. Now, if you go to the summoning page, you'll notice that a multi-summon costs 1,500 Wormite. So if we were to go ahead and just do a summon right now, we wouldn't have enough to do 2 multi-summons because we're going to be short a little bit of Wormite, which is why we want to go ahead and do this really quickly. We want to go to the More page right there. We want to go to Friends, and we want to go to Helper Settings, and what we want to do is just use our helper that we just got from that single summon right there. We want to go ahead and do that. Whatever unit you end up getting should be fine. And then we're going to want to go to this page right here, and that's going to give us an extra 300 Wormite for setting a helper for other people to use right there. So once we go ahead and take that, that'll go ahead and bring us above 3,000 Wormite. Now that is going to be enough to do 2 multi-summons, so that's perfect. That's going to be your reroll bonus right there. Now at this point, you can go ahead and summon, do your 2 multi-summons, and see if you like what you get. You can go for whatever you want. You can go for whatever characters you want. You can go for whatever units you want. You pick and choose. That 5 minutes or so that we spent going through the first part of the game, this is what we got. This is what we worked towards. Now it's up to you to decide when you do your summons, if you like what you get or if you don't like what you get. Now, if you like what you get, what you want to go ahead and do is you want to go to account management, and now you want to go ahead and link your game to your Nintendo account, and this is going to be the account that you end up playing. So congratulations to those of you guys who do get past the rerolling process. To those of you guys who got lucky, I have not gotten lucky yet. Hopefully I will soon, but I'm still going to be doing this quite a bit more. And speaking of which, if you guys do not like what you end up getting from your summons, well, at that point, what you're going to have to do is, unfortunately, you will have to delete the game. You haven't linked your account, so this is essentially just an unlinked account. And once you end up deleting and uninstalling your game, you reinstall it and you repeat this process over again, which is why I recommended a couple of minutes ago that you guys try to do this on a Wi-Fi network if you can. Now, the game size is about 1.3 gigabytes, and then, of course, the extra 200 megabytes about couple of minutes before we actually load it into the summoning screen. So it's not too big, but still, this will absolutely eat away at your cell phone data, so I would recommend being on a Wi-Fi network. And with that all being said, what did this take us? It took us about 7 minutes from start to finish. 2 multi-summons, not too bad. Overall, this game is pretty quick when it comes to the re-rolling process. So hopefully this helped out to those of you guys who, well, everybody's new to the game. So I'm hoping this helped out to those of you guys who are newer to gacha games in general. Re-rolling process is incredibly important to those of you guys who are new to gacha games. Absolutely take the first day, couple of days, even week or so of the game's launch to re-roll and try to get some units and a start that you're happy with, because Wormite and Diamantium, the currencies in this game, are very precious, valuable resources that doing these rerolls and spending a little bit of time now is going to save you a lot of hassle later on. So I'm hoping that you guys enjoyed this video and this helped out. If you guys did, consider leaving a quick like. It would help out more than you can imagine. And if you guys are interested in more Dragalia Lost videos in the future, consider subscribing to the channel, of course. And with that all being said, thank you guys so much for watching. Have a fantastic day, enjoy your adventures in Dragalia Lost. And until next time, this is Salt, signing out.